Let's talk about Bruce Wayne in my DC cinematic universe. The Waynes were killed by Joe Chill on the order of Carmine Falcone. Now, Carmine isn't a monster. He didn't want to leave the boy without his mom, but Martha leapt at Joe when Joe was trying to shoot Thomas, and he ended up killing her. So he finished the job and killed Thomas too, leaving Bruce an orphan. Now, because of that fuck-up, Carmine had Chill framed for another crime so that Chill would go to prison for that one as sort of punishment for fucking this whole situation up. And that's why no one was able to find out who did this, because the guy that did it was in prison already for an entirely different crime. This tragedy would lead Bruce to seek fighting counsel from Alfred. Alfred, who was a former MI5 agent, would teach this kid everything he needed to know. But when he was 24 years old, Bruce tried his own brand of vigilantism. That's where we get this Batman Year One scene. He put on the army jacket, the hat, he did the fake scar, and he went out there trying to be a vigilante, but he realized it was missing something. He was fucking up. He was bad at this. Sure, he could fight and he could detect. He was smarter than anybody. He'd been taking classes and studying at schools all around the world his entire life since his parents were murdered. But he didn't have what it takes to be a true menace to villainy. And it is not too long after his first attempt at vigilantism that he's approached by somebody. Ra's al Ghul of the League of Shadows. And he sees a fire in Bruce's eyes that he knows he could forge into something great. So Bruce is brought into the League. Bruce trained with them for years, and eventually he was good enough that he was brought in to Ra's inner circle. Once there, you have to kill your old self and adopt a new identity that the League helped forge. There's a selection of masks or mantles that you can adopt, and Bruce remembers that night after a failed attempt at vigilantism when a bat crashed through the window to his library. And Bruce knew that he had to become the Bat of the League of Shadows. This is where Bruce Wayne would initially meet Catwoman. This is where Bruce Wayne would begin his love affair with Talia al Ghul, and this is where Bruce Wayne would earn the respect of Ra's al Ghul. But over the next couple years, Bruce would come to see what the League of Shadows truly was. And yes, while they were an organization fighting for greater good of the world, they did so by assassinating anyone who would go against them. Think the American CIA, but a ninja assassin cult. When Bruce realized the true nature of the League, he left. And usually the punishment for abandoning them is death. But Ra's was obsessed with Bruce. Ra's was convinced that Bruce was the perfect successor to take over the League of Shadows one day. And so, a kill order was never put out on Bruce, and Bruce would return to Gotham. But he wasn't Bruce Wayne anymore. He was the Bat, and now he had everything he needed to fight crime his way in Gotham City.